Yeah, good morning to one and all. This is Nagjyoti working as an assistant professor in Department of ECE in St. Peter's Engineering College. So in the last session, we have discussed about the concept of dot convention. So the importance of the dot convention is it is used in order to determine the flow of direction of current in the windings. So by using a dot convention method, we are able to find out the current directions which are flowing in the windings of a transformer. So in this case, let us see some problems based on the dot convention concept. So in case of a dot convention, if the corresponding coils are connected in series, we can write down the series equivalent as L1 plus L2 plus or minus 2M. So here plus or minus 2M represents here L1 and L2 are nothing but self-inductance values and 2M is nothing but a mutual inductance value. So whenever we are dealing with that of the mutual inductance, whether we need to first consider whether that circuit is connected in aiding, that is in the same direction or in the opposite direction. So depending upon the aiding concept, whether it is series aiding or parallel aiding. Similarly, in case of a series aiding, if the flow of direction of current is in the same way, we'll be representing it as a positive. If it is in the opposite, we are representing it as a negative. So here, if we observe this, the first circuit is nothing but an inductance circuit. In this inductance circuit, it consists of three inductors. One is 4 Henrys, second is also 4 Henrys, and the third one is also 4 Henrys. So here whatever the 4 Henrys inductance values we are having, these are nothing but self-inductances. So here this is L1, this is L2, this is L3. So here as I have told you just now, we need to find out the equivalent inductance between the terminals of A and B. So for this, as all these are connected in series, we are having a formula for the series inductances for the dot convention is L1 plus L2 plus L3, whatever may be the number of inductances, self-inductances values we are having, plus L3 plus or minus 2M. So here L1, L2, L3 are nothing but the self-inductances and M is nothing but a mutual inductance. So if we are able to solve these type of problems by using these mutual inductance, it is easy for us to solve the dot convention problems. That is how to find out the currents by using the dot convention. So that is the reason first I am dealing with the simple circuits. After completion of this, then we will go for how to find out the currents flowing in the loops by using a dot convention method. So now let me start with the first one. So as it consists of three inductances, those three inductances are L1, L2 and L3. And all these three inductances values are of same value, that is 4 Henrys. So the first step is I am writing L1 value 4 plus L2 value is also 4 and L3 value is also 4. So whenever we are writing with self inductances, in case of a self inductance, just write down the values of those inductances directly. Now coming to this, here we are having three mutual inductances. So I can represent the mutual inductances between these two dots as these two dots are present between L1 and L2. This can be written it as M12. So here M is mutual inductance, as it is between 1 and 2, I am writing it as M12. Similarly, as these two dots are present in the 2 and 3, the mutual inductance is M23. As it is in between the 1 and 3, I can represent this mutual inductance as 1 3 or 3 1. Both are one and the same. So here whenever we are writing plus or minus 2m, here we need to remember. So first I am taking the consideration of M12. So here the inductance, the mutual inductance value for M12 is 2H. So this 2 Henry is in between 1 as well as 2. So first check what is the direction of current in the first dot. So in this first dot, the direction of current, it is flowing from coil to dot. So here this dot, the current flowing in this dot is from coil to dot. And in this case, it is flowing from dot to coil. The first dot current, that is the first direction is nothing but here this dot is coil to dot, but in this case it is dot to coil. So as both are in the opposite direction, first is coil to dot, second is dot to coil, as both are in the opposite direction, here I need to write down minus of 2. This is 2. The value of this mutual inductance is again 2. Now this we have completed, and we have completed this M12. Now we need to check for M23. In case of M23, here the flow of direction of current is dot to coil. Other dot, the current is also flowing dot to coil, as both are flowing in the same direction, that is dot to coil as well as dot to coil. Here we need to represent some mutual inductance sign as positive sign. So here positive 2 into, this is 2. What is the mutual inductance value? 1. So 2 into 1. Similarly, the last mutual inductance is between 1 and 3. Here in the 1, it is flowing from coil to dot. Here it is flowing from dot to coil. First dot is coil to dot, second dot is dot to coil, as both are in the opposite direction. Here we need to write down minus 2 and the inductance between these two is 1. So here total will be getting 12 minus 4 plus 2 minus 2. This plus 2 and minus 2 will be cancelled out. So here we are having 12 minus 4, which is equivalent to 8 Henries. So here the concept over here is first write down the self-inductances directly. After writing down the self-inductances, whenever we are writing the mutual inductances, see how the current is flowing for the first dot. If the first dot current and second dot current are in the same direction, then keep a positive sign. If both are in the opposite direction, then keep a negative sign. And in this, as the circuit is in series, the current flowing through the complete circuit is same. So we are least bothered about the that how much current is flowing. But whenever we are having loops, separate loops, there we need to consider, in case of a mutual inductance, we need to consider the opposite current which is flowing for the mutual inductance. Similarly, let us see the second one. So here it consists of all these four problems are related to finding out the series equivalent inductance. The only concept is how to write down the mutual inductances. Here the positive and negative sign plays a very important role in order to find out the mutual inductance current direction. So here it consists of three self-inductances. Those three self-inductances are 4 Henries, second is 5 Henries, and the third is 3 Henries. So I can represent this as L1, this is L2, this is L3. And there is a mutual inductance between 1 and 2, which is nothing but M12. Similarly, there is a mutual inductance between 2 and 3, so this is M23. So here L1 plus L2 plus L3, 4 plus 5 plus 3, and we need to see the mutual inductance. So coming to the mutual inductance M12, here the current is flowing from coil to dot, but here the current is flowing first entering into the dot, then flowing into the coil. Here it is coil to dot, here it is dot to coil, as both are is in the opposite direction. The value of mutual inductance is minus 2, and the value of this inductance is 2, so minus 2 into 2. Coming to the M23, here it is flowing from dot to coil. Here also it is flowing from dot to coil. Both are in the same direction, that is dot to coil as well as dot to coil, which is nothing but positive mutual inductance plus 2 into 2.5. So here the value which we will be getting is 4 plus 5 plus 3, sorry, minus 4 plus 5. So here plus 4 and minus 4 will be cancelled out. So the result is nothing but 13 Henries. So this is the way how to find out the series equivalent circuits for these given problems. Now let me consider the second next problem, find the series equivalent. So here the inductances are three inductors, that is L1, L2, L3. And here we are having two mutual inductance, that is here it is 1 followed by 2, this is M12, it is in between 2 and 3, so it is M23. Or in simple words I can say that in order to write down that this is L1 plus L2 plus L3. Next is M12. In case of M12, the current is flowing here from dot to coil. Here it is coil to dot. As both are in the opposite direction, I can write down minus M12 into M12. Similarly, coming to the second and third, current is flowing from coil to dot. Here also current is flowing from coil to dot. Both are in the same direction. So plus 2 into M23. So the value of L1 is 4 Henries, L2 is 5, L3 is 6, and minus of 2 into the value of M12 is 1 Henry and M23 is 2 Henries. So we will be getting 4 plus 5 plus 6 minus 2 and plus 4. So, total will be getting it as 17 Henries. The last one is, in this case we are having two inductances. So in the first three problems, we are representing the inductance value directly in terms of Henries. So the units for these are Henries. Now we are representing the same thing in terms of the ohms. The only difference is we need to follow the same procedure, but instead of writing it as Henries, we need to represent in terms of J ohms. So here it consists of two inductances. Those two inductances values are, one is J5 ohms and the other one is J2 ohms, which are self-inductances. Along with these two self-inductances, it consists of two other more mutual inductances. So here the one mutual inductance is between, let me take the first inductance value is L1, second inductance value is L2. So here the dot is present between 1 2 and the other one is also 1 2, and here this is L3. So here we are having J5 plus J2 plus J2 ohms. All these three are self-inductance values, and here the first dot is present after coil, that is the current is flowing from coil to dot and it is related with that of the third one. Here the current is flowing from dot to coil. The first dot current direction is coil to dot and the last one is dot to coil. So it is in the opposite. So here minus 2 into J10 ohms. This is the first mutual inductance value. Coming to the second one, here the dot present over here is, as it is related towards the second coil, the current is flowing from dot to coil and here also it is flowing from dot to coil. So here as both are flowing in the same direction, which is nothing but mutual inductance is positive. So 2 into J10 ohms. Both the mutual inductances values are same, which is nothing but J10 ohms. But why we are representing here negative sign is, in the first one current is flowing from coil to dot and other dot is dot to coil. Both the current directions are in the opposite direction. Once we are representing it as minus and the other one we are representing it as plus. Now as these two are in the opposite, both will be cancelled out. So the leftover is equivalent to J9 ohms for the corresponding series equivalent circuit. This is the way how to find out the series equivalent inductances by using the dot convention method. So for this circuit, we need to find out the voltage drop across J5 reactance. So here in this circuit, as it consists of two loops, whenever we are dealing with more than one loop, we'll be having more than one current. So the current which is flowing in the loop 1, I am considering it as the I1 current. Similarly, whatever the current which is flowing in the second loop is second loop current. So if we want to find out what is the voltage drop across J5 reactance, so in here J5 is nothing but it is in between loop 1 as well as loop 2. Even though the currents flowing in both the loops are different, but the voltage will be the same. So whatever the voltage drop which is present at this point will be the same at the previous one. The only thing over here is we need to multiply with the J5 reactance. So before going to solve this problem, first we must know the basic rules which are there in case of a dot convention. So in case of a dot convention, whenever we are representing the expressions for the dot conventions, it is most important to remember in the mutual inductance. So first we should have a clarity between these four rules of a dot convention. So for the first one, the current is flowing in this direction, that is the current flowing is from dot to coil. The second current I2 is also flowing from dot to coil. When both the directions of flow of current is in the same direction in case of a dot convention, the mutual inductance is represented with positive. I am repeating once again here. The first direction flow of current I1 current is from dot to coil. I2 current is also in the same direction, that is dot to coil. So the mutual inductance is positive. Similarly, coming to the second one, the current is I1 current is flowing from coil to dot. I2 current is also flowing from coil to dot. So as both are in the same direction, mutual inductance here also it is positive. Don't remember in such a way that both the dots are present in the same position, both the dots are present. Now let me take for the first circuit, instead of this I2 current, if I am taking this direction of current, then I1 current is flowing from dot to coil, I2 current is flowing from coil to dot. So at this point the mutual inductance will be negative. So even though the dots are present in the same position, we are not dealing with where the dots are present, we are dealing with the flow of direction of current. So here in the first one, the current I1 current is flowing from dot to coil, second is coil to dot, so the mutual inductance is negative because of opposite current. Now here I1 current is flowing from dot to coil. I2 current is flowing from coil to dot. Both are in the opposite direction, so the mutual inductance value should be of negative. Similarly, in the fourth case, I1 current is flowing from coil to dot, I2 current is flowing from dot to coil, so the mutual inductance value is negative. So here, if both the current directions are in the same, mutual inductance is positive. If both are in the opposite direction, the mutual inductance value is negative. We need to apply the same concept over for this problem. So here in this problem, as it consists of two loops, I am writing the loop equations KVL for the first loop 1. So in case of the loop 1, first we will be writing the mutual inductances. So here the mutual inductances are, one is 3 ohm which is a resistor and the other one is J4. In case of 3 ohm resistor as well as J4, the current flowing is an I1 current alone. So here I can write down the KVL for loop 1 equation as 3 plus 4j into I1. Similarly, the next one is we are having a inductance which is having a value of J5. But this inductance is present between I1 and I2. I1 current is flowing from dot to coil. I2 current is flowing from coil to dot. Or in the other way, I can say that I1 current direction is in this way, I2 current. This is at this point, this is I1, but I2 current is this way. As both the currents are in the opposite way, we need to write down the J5 value as plus J5 into I1 minus I2. As we have studied in case of a BW, whenever the current flowing in the both the loops are in the opposite, we need to write down both the currents subtraction. When both are flowing in the same direction, the current should be added. So here the first inductance is 3 plus J4 into I1, and J5 is in between I1 and I2. As I1 and I2 currents are flowing in the opposite directions, I1 minus I2 into J5. Coming to the next one, in the first loop we are having two dots. So here in this case, here the current flowing through the first dot is dot to coil. Here also the current flowing through this I1 current is flowing from dot to coil, but I2 current is flowing from coil to dot. But remember one thing, whenever you are having two dots for the same loop, you will be getting two mutual inductances. So here the mutual inductance, whenever I am writing the mutual inductance for this dot, I need to see how the current is flowing in the opposites, in both the dots. So here the current is flowing from coil to dot. Here also the I1 current is flowing from coil to dot. Both the currents are flowing in the same direction. So it is the mutual inductance is plus 2j. The mutual inductance value is plus 2j. But whenever we are writing the expression for the first dot, we need to write down the current of the opposite dot. So in this dot, the current flowing is I1 minus I2. So here I am writing 2j into I1 minus I2. I am repeating this step over here, mutual inductance. So whenever we are writing a mutual inductance for the first dot, see the current direction. I1 current is flowing from dot to coil. In this also, in the second dot also, current is flowing from dot to coil. Dot to coil, dot to coil. Both are in the same direction. I have written it as plus. The value of that inductance is 2j. But whenever you are writing the mutual inductance, if you are writing the expression for the first dot, you need to write down the current for the second dot. So the current flowing in the second dot is I1 minus I2. So plus 2j into I1 minus I2. So now I have finished the expression for this first dot. Now I need to write down the expression for this second dot. In case of the second dot, the current flowing is dot to coil. So here also dot to coil. Both are in the same direction. That is the reason I need to write down plus 2j. But for this dot, the opposite current is this current. In this dot, the current flowing is only I1. So plus 2j into I1, which is equivalent to applied voltage 50 angle 0 degrees. So here, if you simplify this expression, if you expand this, you will be getting 3I1 plus 4j I1 plus 5j I1 minus 5j I2 plus 2j I1 minus 2j I2 plus 2j I1 equal to 50 angle 0 degrees. So if you simplify this, if you take the I1 terms as common, you will be getting this is 3I1 and we don't have any other 3. So 3, this is 4j and 5j. So total of 9j, and this is 11j, and here also I1 13j. So 3 plus 13j into I1. Leftover terms related with I2 is minus 5j I2 minus 2j I2, which is equal to minus 7j I2, which is equivalent to 50 angle 0 degrees. Similarly, we need to write down the loop equation, KVL equation for loop 2. So in case of a loop 2, the I2 current flowing is only in the J6, that is minus J6. So minus J6 into I2, and here J5 is in between I2 and I1. As we are writing the loop equation for second loop, it is plus J5 into, both the currents are in the opposite direction. So I2 minus I1. Now whenever you are writing the second loop equation, in the second loop we are having only with one dot. So here the I2 current is flowing from coil to dot. But in the other dot, it is flowing from dot to coil. Here the I2 current is coil to dot. Here it is dot to coil. Both are in the opposite direction. That is the reason the mutual inductance is -2. And here as I am writing the equation for this dot, we need to write down the opposite current. Opposite current is I1 current. So -2J into I1, as we don't have any voltage source over here, which is equivalent to 0. If you simplify this, you can write down it as minus J6 I2 plus J5 I2 minus J5 I1 minus 2J I1 equal to 0. The I1 related terms are minus J5 and minus 2J, which is equivalent to minus 7J. So minus 7J I1, and this is related to I2 terms are related to minus 6J and plus J5, which is equivalent to minus 1J I2 equal to 0. Now for the same thing here, we are writing the same in terms of the matrix form. So here the first matrix notation over here is, we need to write down I1 for the KVL loop 1 equations. The I1 terms are related to 3 plus 13J and I2 is related to minus 7J. Similarly, it is I1, I2, and the corresponding voltage is 50 angle 0 degrees, and this is 0. Similarly, from the second one, we are having I1 is minus 7J I1 minus 1J I2. So, this is how to write down the matrix form for both the equations. And the next one is, we need to find out the voltage drop across the J5. So, here voltage drop across the J5 is nothing but, we need to calculate voltage is current into resistance or reactance. So V is equivalent to I into R. So the current flowing in J5, we can write it as I1 minus I2 into J5, or in simple words I2 into minus J6, because the voltage which is present at the J5 is equivalent to voltage present at the J6. So we can do in both the ways. One is I1 minus I2 into J5, or I2 into minus J6. So in order to do that, first we need to find out I1 current. So in order to find out the I1 current, we need to use here Cramer's rule. So here what is meant by Cramer's rule is, whenever you need to find out the I1 current, just replace these I1 column components with the voltage sources. So here as I am finding out I1, the corresponding is 50 angle 0 degrees, and this is 0. Then followed by minus 7J minus 1J divided by total value, that is 3 plus 13J minus 7J minus 7J minus 1J. So here what we need to do over here is just cross multiply these two. So here 50 into minus 1, which is equivalent to, here it is in the rectangular form, just we need to consider this also into the rectangular form. So this can be written it as 1 angle minus 90 degrees. So if you multiply these two, you will be getting 50 angle minus 90 degrees. And here if you cross multiply, anyhow minus 7J into 0 is 0. So similarly to the denominator, 3 plus 13J into minus 1J. So here if you multiply, if you cross multiply, that is AD minus BC, and if you convert into that of the rectangular format, you will be getting the denominator as 52.8, 52.08 angle is minus 3.3. So whenever you are getting this type of terms, for this part, this is for these 50 and 52, just divide 50 by 52.08, and if you take this angle towards the positive, this minus will become plus. So minus 90 and plus 3.3 will be getting it as some 87 point some value, and 50 divided by 52.08 will be getting it as 0.96 angle minus 86.7 degrees. So this is the value of I1 current. Similarly, if I want to find out the I2 current, so here I2 current over here is, here I2 is equivalent to, just write down 3 plus 13j and minus 7j. Second I2 column as 50 angle 0 degrees and 0. So here if you do in this way, same thing, just the difference is replace I2 column with these values, divided by 3 plus 13j minus 7j minus 7j minus 1j. Now if you observe here, the denominator part is same, so you will be getting the denominator part as 52.08 angle minus 3.30 degrees. Now here 3 plus 13j into 0 is 0. Here 50 into minus 7 is 350. So you will be getting 350 angle minus, sorry, 350, and it is AD minus BC. So minus of minus plus, so you will be getting 350 angle 0 degrees, which is equal 350 angle 90 degrees because of this J value. So here 350 divided by 52.08, and if you take this towards a positive, getting 93.3. So this value you will be getting this I2 value as 5.64 angle some 93.3. So this is the value of I2. But we need to find out the voltage drop across J5. So voltage drop across J5 is nothing but V0 is equivalent to across J5 is I2 into minus J6, because whatever the voltage which is present at the J5 will be the same at the J6. So instead of making use of I1 minus I2 into J5, I am writing it as I2 into minus J6. So I2 is 5.64 angle 93.3 into minus J6. So which can be written, or minus J6 can be written it as I2 is 5.64 angle 93.3, and here minus